Nell.
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 No, I'm Nell. You doing the most.
I can.
And I can too.
What's up, y'all? It's Fro, and I'm back again reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 8, Episode 6. Ken asks for clarity on Latricia's intentions for their relationship. Latricia tells him that although she is afraid of what could happen, she still wants to get married. Ken reassures her that he's being genuine.
How much longer?
Chris and Nell talk about Nell's guest list for her birthday party. Nell worries that Tisha and Stormi might not get along, but hopes they can be civil. Chris and Nell talk about their relationship with Lexi, and they haven't talked to her in a long time. The Scotts have a double date and talk about their new building project. Kimmy's worried about whether or not Marceau will be able to keep deadlines. Marceau feels that this project is going to be different because he's getting paid, but Kimmy still isn't so sure about that because none of his other projects that she knows about are finished. Tisha makes sure to point out that Marceau isn't wearing his ring. He won't even wear a silicone ring. I feel like they've had this same conversation every season, and at this point, she just needs to let it go.
Gonna love you the way you should, then let it go.
Courtney and Ken play basketball together, and Ken tells Courtney he thought it was weird that Martell acted as if he didn't know who Trish was and doesn't want people to think something happened between them. Courtney is surprised as well that Martell acted like he didn't know who she was because he was under the impression that they didn't know each other. Trish, Ken, Courtney, and Stormi head to Nell's birthday party together. Trish tells Stormi that Tisha told her Nell can be rowdy and in your face. Nell did have a back and forth with Martell, but unless I've missed something, I haven't seen Nell get into Tisha's face. I feel it's more likely that she has an issue with her being friends with Mel. Stormi says that Nell isn't like that at all. When she's passionate about something, she lets it be known, but otherwise, she's a really sweet person. Courtney says he only gets along with Chris and Martell, and he doesn't really like how Maurice has been treating Kimmy while she was battling cancer. In their car ride over, the Scotts joke about Kimmy going to boarding school when she was young. We don't really know much about Kimmy's background, and it didn't seem like she wanted Maurice to share that. I think if she would share more about her past, people might understand her more. Marceau and Tisha talk about their status with Stormi, and they don't feel like they're in a good place with Stormi, and find it weird to be invited to her Lovers and Friends event. Tisha also has a bone to pick with Nell for saying she's a mentor and not a friend. The Scotts arrive to Nell's birthday party first. Kimmy asks if Lexi is coming, and Tisha says for Lexi's interview, she's not going to be coming around them anymore. I think this whole conversation about the blogs with Nell and Chris's kids when they aren't around is completely in poor taste. It's not really their drama to deal with or answer for. Mel arrives with shades on, and Tisha walks up to her and tries to take them off of her face. Tisha was clearly amped up before she got there, so her behavior wasn't going to get any better. She gets in Mel's face to clear up Marceau's comments, but Mel let her know she would talk to Marceau herself later. I think Tisha might have been a little drunk, but also Marceau is, yet again, not wearing his ring. Courtney, Stormi, Ken, and Latricia walk in. Nell and Chris make a grand entrance and greet everyone, and Nell tells everyone how great they look. Mel asks Nell who told her to turn 20, and Tisha says she's looking about 30. She's got a bottle of water, so maybe she's trying to sober up some. And then she starts pressing Nell about her age, and she's just coming off as jealous. The ladies continue to talk, and Mel looks a bit uncomfortable as Tisha gets drunker. Trish and Ken tell everyone that Trish is still married. Maurice questions why it's been so long, but it took him even longer to marry Kimmy, so I don't even know what he's talking about. Tisha says Nell is feisty, and Nell is tired at this point and not sure why Tisha's coming for her. Stormi says she's confused 2. Then Tisha says it's weird of Stormi to invite her to her event. Tisha says that the things that they were saying to each other weren't friendly, so she felt it was strange to be invited to her event. Stormi says Tisha was the one hurling out insults and told her to pop some pills. Tisha didn't really want to clarify what she meant, but I think it was a dig at Stormi's suicide attempt. This conversation is going to continue on the next episode, but I really wish they would put everything all in one episode. In the next episode, Marceau and Tisha disagree on how Tisha handles herself. Martell calls Ken a side dude during his training session with Trish, and Mel and Marceau hash out their differences about Marceau's comments regarding Martell's arrest. Let me know your thoughts on this episode in the comments. Like and subscribe for more, and I'll be back next week to review episode 7.